Hey guys, I'm Sally.
And I'm Alan.
And we're Sal and Al.
The Woolslayers.
It's episode 30! I like the round numbers.
Yes.
I'm sick. Sorry. I'm recovering. But I do not sound like myself, and we may have to edit out some
Hawking a loogie.
Some noises. Oh, don't say that word. Oh.
You haven't listened to the podcast this week.
Oh, no, I haven't. Do you know that, like, mucus is like my kryptonite, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would rather a kid throw up in front of me than snot. I can't deal with it.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm much rather.
And I realize I'm weird. But, like, something about it makes me just... So don't say that word.
Yeah. So, knitting.
Oh, it's a knitting podcast. It's not a body function podcast. My knitting is light this week.
I know, mine is too.
Yeah.
But we're podcasting really
early.
quickly.
Yeah, we're podcasting. Yeah. It hasn't even been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
And I tried so hard.
I did too. I busted out.
Yeah.
Just to try to have something to talk about. But we may not. September is going to be weird.
Because I'm going to be working in the office for the month. And
so if we can't get together on a weekend, there may not be a September podcast. So we wanted to get to you. This is our last chance before you have to start working in the office. Right. So yeah, it's episode 30. You can find us on Instagram at Woolslayers Podcast.
And
Ravelry as Salliewren.
She's the social media maven, so she knows all these.
Allynlovesyarn on Ravelry.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook as Sal and Al, the Woolslayers. Mm-hmm. Come join, especially the Ravelry Group, because that's where our knit along is posted. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yep.
So you just want to get right into it?
Yes.
Did you have any fails?
Yes.
Oh no.
Well, okay, it's fails and a whip.
Oh, so, like me last week.
Yes. So let me do that, because then, did you have any fails?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry, all my stuff is off camera. Okay, so it is my Crown Wools Mystery Knit Along.
That's
the
a
Casa
fail?
Pinka. Well.
Oh,
no.
Is it what I already know about? Ooh. Uh-oh.
Yes, it is what you already know about. Except there's more. Okay, so I'm mid-row. Again. Ugh. Okay. So
I thought this was going to be done this episode.
Right? I know. It would have been.
You're really letting me down.
It would have been. Okay. So I finished the Perfectly Reckless section, and it was a little short, so I was going to do some more of that texture with the next color. So I did, but I did it with the white. It's like a creamy off-white. So imagine the blue was a creamy off-white. And then I went to this bright yellow as the next color. And my sweet Cade came in and said, "Oh, that looks like an egg yolk." And I'm like...
And ruined it.
Yes, it does. So then I get on with Sally and a few other friends and my mom, and I'm like, now I can't stop thinking about egg yolks. So do I need to change this color? My mother said it's fine, go on.
I knew Phyllis would be like,
right.
No.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I said it was fine too.
I think you did, but then other people had already chimed in and said change the white, that the white was too much of a contrast.
I do like the blue better.
Well, so these are the colors that are left. The blue, the yellow, and the pink. So I was like, I can do pink. I mean, I had all these options. So I chose the pink. And I did this with the pink.
Oh, no.
And then I started doing the blue as the next color. And I was like, I don't like it.
Too much?
It was
just something jarring about it? Or?
You know what it was? Okay, so the pink.
Okay.
So it was pink and then blue. And I think it was that this was too light, too bright. After having the darker Perfectly Reckless, to go straight into
Those
this.
are like a lot of bold colors.
Yeah. And then go into this blue.
Yeah.
So I ripped that out. So now I'm doing the blue, and then I think I'll do pink next, and then the yellow.
And just forget the white.
If I need the white, I can do it, but
yeah.
I don't think I need it. But so I did most of this blue last night when a friend was over. And this is literally the last row of the blue. And I don't know what it was about our conversation. We weren't drinking, like nothing. And I did fine with the other repeats while we were talking. This last row, I think I've knitted and tinked about 15
Well,
times.
we've talked about this before. Like, it's like you have the car accident a block from your house.
Oh, yeah.
It's because when you're so close to the end, you're just like, blah, and you lose it.
Right.
It happens to me every time.
I don't know what is going on with this row.
Not
That's
every,
why I'm
not every
mid-row.
time, but
Yeah.
it's, you know when it happens to me is when I'm like, well, I'll finish this row and then go to bed.
Right.
That row, I
Yeah.
usually end up just forget it.
I'm going to bed.
This is not working.
Because
Yeah.
I really did want to go
You
into
were at the
next
home
color.
stretch.
Yeah.
And you just,
So-
it falls apart. I'm telling you, it's
So-
a real thing.
Frogging this twice and not being able to get through this row are my fails.
So
But
the
it
honeymoon
wasn't-
is over with this project. You made it like 5 feet,
Oh my gosh, it's so long.
6 feet into this project, and now all of a sudden this like waffle weave texture is just can't do it.
I feel like this is a Doctor Who scarf.
Mhm.
It's so long.
It's really long.
It's really long. And I mean, I added colors, so it's my own fault it's so long.
Right.
But I still think it'll be fun to have wrapped around a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah.
And have all the colors showing. It really didn't depress me to frog
Good.
this part because I knew it was the right thing to do.
Right, the what? Yeah.
Yeah, like to take, and then even when the pink was
The
in
pink.
there, I'm like, I want it to
Right.
look good, and
Right.
it's 110 stitches per row.
Right.
That's the other thing.
It would bug you.
Right.
You would always be hiding that part, or yeah. So
Or
just
it's just such an easy fix. Why
Right.
not just fix it and make it look good?
fix it now. Yeah. True.
Yeah. So
It's a bummer, but yeah, you're right.
So that's where the crown wool stands.
So you've got how many textures?
2 more textures to do.
Oh, yeah.
And then I forgot to check this morning. She said at the end of last week's clue, which was supposed to be the end, she's like, and surprise, I'll have clue 13 and 14 next week. I'm not
What?
sure. I know, right? So it should be today.
Is
Today's
it
Thursday,
tassels
right?
or something?
That's what I was thinking, because here's the thought I had before, and I haven't even looked. My thought was I have all these itty bitty little
Yes.
bits to make tassels, like multicolored tassels.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't know if the shawl was too much already.
Well, it is a bit much. I mean, I
Right.
will say
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
And
it's
then
kind
add
it's a
multicolored
little like
tassels.
Joseph Multicolor Dreamcoat,
Right.
but it's already a lot. Why not throw some tassels on it?
Right.
Is my
And
thinking.
They would be all the yarns that were used in it, all mixed up in tassels.
I bet that's what it is.
I
Or it's something.
Something, yeah.
And I
Or
would
it
do
could
it-
be another drink, because like she did a drink
Oh.
along with it, and
Oh, that's fun.
so. But I don't think I've gotten the notification that she's released it. I'm gonna go check right now.
Is it usually on Thursdays?
Yeah, it's Thursday morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
it's
never
not
record
there.
on Thursdays. This is weird.
I know.
I'm gonna be thinking it's like Tuesday for the rest of the day.
I have been so off. There's
too.
nothing.
And then we
different
have a
about
3-day
this week.
weekend.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's next week.
I'll be completely messed up for
I might be fine next week. This week has been crazy.
the 3-day weekend. We'll fix it.
Tuesday, I kept thinking it was
I
Thursday.
hate that.
Monday, I kept thinking like the next day was Wednesday. It was messed
I
up.
hate that. And then we have the whole like next week is September,
Right.
and so that keeps weirding me out. But
Mm-hmm.
okay. So what do we do next, Slays?
Yes.
Okay.
Slaves.
What'd you? Well, you want me to go first, and then you can
It
do
doesn't
your
matter.
big one.
Yeah.
Because mine's lame.
What, you scared to follow me?
No, I want to end on a.
Oh, that's not lame.
I finished my sockies, and they are so adorable.
They are.
I just love,
They look great blocked.
right? They're so cute.
Yeah.
I love. This is not a color I would ever make into like a shawl or anything. This
Right.
is not. But there's something about having just a neutrally. They're not neutral. There's mint and yellow and speckles but they're light. You know what I mean? And there's something about little light colored socks that just make me so happy. They're
Yeah.
so cute and they feel so good.
And socks are a place to have fun with color, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about them for any new subscribers.
These are Rose City rollers that I modified to do a rib instead of the rolled cuff, and everything else is the same. I did the rounded toe option,
Have you ever done an anatomical toe?
Yeah, I don't want to have to bother.
Left and right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Let me finish your sentences for you.
I actually decreased to 6 instead of 12 because I don't know, I was on a roll, and so then I had to do it on both. But so it would normally be a little wider at the top, but they fit great, so I just went with it.
Right.
And yeah, so
and the yarn is Lemonade Shop.
The yarn is Lemonade Shop that I bought at West 7th Wool, my local yarn shop.
Local yokel.
Lots of cold medicine, guys. My local yarn shop carries it now, which is super exciting because I've never been able to really score anything on her when they were just on Etsy. And it's the Sunday Fun Day.
So are these going to be for you or for your neighbor?
We wear the same size shoe, so so either one. Okay. I'm just going to make another pair.
Okay. Did you cast it on?
No, I didn't, but I just finished these yesterday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Because before I cast it on, I wanted to weigh the socks and weigh,
if you have enough.
And I do. I have plenty.
Oh, good.
So because I was like,
oh, you're so smart. I would just have started and then run out.
Well, I wanted to know if I needed to do a contrast heel or toe or anything, because you need to know before you start the first one. You know, you can't like.
I mean, you could, but then they definitely wouldn't match.
Yeah. So I have enough. I'm just gonna make this exact pair again.
Oh, good.
And then give one pair to my neighbor who we hang out on Sundays. We hang out all the time, but we always hang out on Sundays. And then we'll have our Sunday Fun Day socks. So that's it. That's my only sleigh this week.
That's cute. I have a sleigh.
A big one.
Okay, hold on. Before I get started, let me let the dog out because she's sitting there just staring at. I kind of want to turn the camera.
I know.
I know. Like, take a picture of her because she's just staring at the door. Like, just if I sit here long enough, someone will notice.
Someone will notice me.
Let me out. Maybe she's being really considerate
she looks
and
like
not
a statue.
Right. I mean, she's not moving at all.
What a dork.
Okay,
we're back.
Back from letting the dog out. So I have my Shih Tzu shrug.
It's done.
It's finished. I can't really show it very well.
We'll put in some pictures.
Oops. That's quick.
It looks so good.
So that's the back. That's where the
definitely
brioche
want a
is.
picture of the back.
There's brioche here. It feels so good. It's so soft.
Yes, it does.
So nice.
It's very soft.
It is blocked, and it grew so much. Like when I did not take a picture before I blocked it, but when I put it on before I blocked it, it was high-waisted. Like it was short.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost a crop. Not quite a crop, but definitely not.
Not as long as you wanted, for sure.
But then when I blocked it and pulled it, it grew. The back, which goes into a point, grew at least 1.5 feet, maybe 2. I mean, that was huge because that's what I wanted. I wanted it to have the point in the back.
And isn't that like a characteristic of brioche? Is that it's kind of like lace?
It can, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. But also,
famously don't do brioche, so don't know if I know what I'm talking about. But
also, this was done on a size 6 needle with fingering weight, which is pretty
so
big.
So it is. I mean, it's like a shawl.
It's
basically a shawl.
And it like this is the brioche
so it's
section,
open.
so you can see. And I'm not pulling it right now at all.
And you can probably see my hand behind
right.
it. Yeah. Cool.
So
it just went.
Yeah, it just pulled right out.
Cool.
And I love the orange I-cord. Just love it.
And that's exactly what
This is the exact yarn that she used.
Very cool.
The only difference is on the I-cord is she used the hedgehog fibers single, and I used the sock yarn.
Right.
Because I could buy a mini of the sock yarn.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the single in a different project.
Yeah, because you bought it, but then you found that. Yeah, I remember now.
Right. So this took 10 months to knit.
Yeah.
which...
Well, you started it
I started
11 months ago, and then on your birthday, right?
Well, no, that was 2 years ago on my
okay.
birthday. No, I got the yarn. My mom gave me the yarn for my birthday 2 years ago, which is the end of September. And I waited until we took a brioche class in October, November.
Okay.
And then I cast it on sometime around Christmas. It could have been one of the 12
But that didn't
days
even, maybe it was.
It could have been.
But then you didn't even keep, like, didn't you rip it out?
But then I ripped it out. I didn't get very far. I ripped it out. I didn't understand brioche as well. Then, like, I probably had done fine. But the way the pattern, like, you go from brioche to garter to brioche to garter to brioche. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't understand it when I was knitting it. Like, I had to literally each section, like, I just didn't get
flowing.
It. Right. And
it's
so
basically where I am right now. It's just like, I don't get it. Right. Like, I can do it straight, but I don't think I would be able to figure out how to go, like, garter and all that.
Yeah. And so then I did a couple of other brioche projects. Oh, I know what it was. I did the same designer. It's the Shih Tzu Shrug by Suzanne Summer, and she goes by Sosu. And I did her mystery knit along last summer.
Yes, and with the triangles.
Yes.
That's when you fell in love with brioche.
Well, yes, and she uses garter, and she mixes the garter and the brioche. And so since I was doing smaller sections, I got it. Like, it clicked. Sense. And so then I'm like, you know what? I hadn't gotten very far on this. I'm taking this out, and I'm just going to start over from the beginning.
That was last summer?
It was in the fall. Okay. I did the Sosu in the summer, and then I restarted this.
That's what I mean. The other one was last summer. So you restarted
November.
This. Okay. Yeah. So 10 months.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yay!
Which I mean,
that feels so good.
A fingering weight sweater in 10
brioche.
Months.
I mean,
right. And it's a big.
You put it down for a while.
Like, yeah. Oh yeah. It was hard to keep going because you really felt like you were not making any progress.
Yeah, I bet. Especially as those rows got real long.
Yeah. It took me, by the end, I had like over 450 stitches on the needle.
Wow.
And it took me 30 minutes to do a row.
Well,
and you had to do
and you have
two.
to do them twice.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
So it just got to where, like, I was
not
ready.
today.
Right. It took no time at all to bind off those stitches. You would think.
Oh, that's good.
The I-cord bind off would take forever.
I like an I-cord bind off. Well, I'm very happy that you got your. Thank you. I know it feels really good to get that off the needles. So
and out of my active knitting basket.
Yes.
Like,
because it's a biggie.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I can move on. Maybe cast on another sweater.
Well, you do have your everything sweater.
Yes, that is still going on. I didn't do anything on it this.
I can't say I blame you. Yeah. Okay, so we're at whips now.
Yes.
Okay, I have two. I only have two, which feels like I feel like I've got like nothing. But but I am excited. Like, this one's, I've been really enjoying this.
Yeah.
So I have two whips, but this is the only one that has like actual. I did this in my socks mainly. Is that
neighbor?
Just like a
neighbor's dog.
Someone's howling.
Yes.
So my sharp arrow has grown, and I love it.
Yeah. Oh, you're in the lace section.
I'm in the lace.
Oh, I thought the lace would.
I think this is gonna grow a lot because I was like, I think it's gonna grow because I was like, I was analyzing the pictures and I counted my stitches and I was like, I have the right amount of stitches, but it doesn't seem as big as the one in the picture. And I think because it's garter that it's gonna really grow. So look at it. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's really hard to show, but look.
You are gonna need longer needles.
We'll see. I don't. For showing, yeah, it would be nice, but I kind of like
scrunching. Yeah.
So look at that. It's starting to show up, guys.
Nice.
It's really hard to show.
That yarn is great. Oh, I can see the
there.
arrows. Yeah.
And so we're almost at the point where I'm doing like, so I've done the pointy part and it's like the shaft. And then I'll do I don't know what it's called.
How is it?
Every time, guys.
I know.
Every time.
perfectly normal word.
Who knew knitting had so many innuendos in it? So this is Sharp Arrow by Susie White, Prairie Girl Susie. And I am loving it. It's really fun lace. I like the way it's charted out. You just follow line by line.
So one thing on my this is the first time that this has happened for me for lace, but this lace section here, it's a pretty simple lace section. I got to where I could read it. Like I knew, because there were only 2 different lace rows that you repeated, and I could read it. I knew what to do next. I didn't have to look at my chart.
Is that just going like this? Okay, see this one, I'm not going to do that because I'm making a picture. It's not going to always be V's because I'm eventually going to make the shaft and the, and then the, you know, because, so it's not
and
just
then
going
the tip?
And then the, no, I've already, this is the tip. This is just the tip, guys. Just the tip. So for this one, you don't want to just, because then you would end up just making tips.
Oh.
It would be just the tip. It would be the just the tip shawl. Don't steal my idea, guys. That's my first pattern release. So, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like the next.
But like when you're in this section and you have to do that for a little bit, or is it there's increases and.
There's definitely still increases, but it's easy, and you know it's the same increases that you were making in the body. So, I just follow the chart. I mean, and like between. I get that, you know, once I've done one section, I can do the whole row.
Right.
Without looking at it. But, yeah, it's been fun. And it's purling back, so you get a rest row, and I'm really enjoying it. So I think it'll start making the arrow on the next row, making the body of it. And then, and it's only 87 or so rows of lace, and I'm on row 17 already. So
wow,
I know.
Yes, but your rows are going to get longer.
Oh yeah, it's going to be super long. But I'm impressed that I'm got this far, considering that I was sick and like that we've only
it's less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks since we recorded. So, but I need to get some dark knitting back on the needles.
Yes. And that can lead me into my whip. Oh, hi Daisy.
There's the dog.
Of course. Let me go let her in.
At least she waits in between shawls, though. I mean,
at least she's respectful of that.
She's like, oh, now that you're done, can you let me in?
Come on. Okay. Get back in position.
Nothing happened.
We're still in the middle. Okay. Well, dark knitting, but mine would be about our new KAL.
Yeah, that's my next whip.
Okay.
That's my only other whip.
Okay. So then, speaking of dark knitting, I needed some dark knitting, and so I cast on because I have another FO.
Oh, whoopsies.
My italic.
Oh, right.
I could do that at the end.
Because you want to show
whips.
Blocked.
Oh, true.
But we could show it. It's your choice.
I know, but we're already talking about
We're the
whips.
bosses of this.
We are.
Sorry. Whoopsies. Sorry.
I know. We're usually
got
more
tickled.
professional than
I got
this.
real tickled.
Okay, so I finished my dark knitting. Let's go with that. And I needed some new dark knitting, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but I forgot an FO. So I really should put this stuff closer to me.
Now you know how at my house, I'm always the one reaching.
So I finished my italic shawl.
Yay!
It's not blocked though because I didn't have any distilled water. This is a new thing for me. I forgot to mention it last time because last time was the first time that I showed projects that I used the distilled water with. So on the Yarn Hoarder podcast, she had shown an article that she read in Spin Off magazine that was written by the Fiber Optic, the owner and dyer for Fiber Optic Yarns that they come to DFW Fiber Fest, and they were the green that I used in the peeping cowl. It was their green.
Okay.
And the peeping cowl was the first one that I did this method with.
Interesting.
And what she did was in that article, she showed the different pHs of water and how much dye came out of the exact same yarn. I mean, you know, parts of it haven't been rewashed, but the dye that had come out of each pH of the water. And the more neutral the pH, the less dye that came out. And so she said distilled water is the best for keeping the dye in your yarn. And since I tend to do multicolor shawls and multicolor projects with strong colors,
you're going to want it for that mystery for sure.
Oh yeah.
My gosh, because there's like all kinds of...
For sure.
Yeah.
So the first one...
I've never done it. It's a good tip.
Yeah, and it made a difference, I think, because I did the peeping cowl that we showed last episode.
And it was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I had no bleed, and it had that bright green, and it had that almost black purple.
Yep.
I mean, those are two colors that
And there were lighter grays in there that could have soaked it up, and it didn't.
And it didn't. And then I used it on this one because of this orange. I'm like, I don't want the orange bleeding.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
And that would be why you don't have any more, because you used it all on that, right?
Exactly. This is why, because I had like a little over a gallon, and so I used it all on this. And then I forgot that I hadn't blocked my shawl. I was like, last night, I'm like, I need to block my shawl for tomorrow. And I just wasn't going to the store to get any distilled water. So it is now, I have now put it on my standard groceries list. The one that I check every time I walk into the grocery store. Is there anything on this list that I need? So
and I wouldn't, I mean, knowing that tip and then not doing it and this one bleeding, can you imagine? You would hate yourself.
Oh my gosh. I would be so upset.
So this is your Italic.
This is my Italic. It's finished.
It would definitely bleed.
Ends are woven in. I finished.
I was going to try to.
Yeah. So I think what will happen, because
mine looked like this, but pre-blocking, like kind of ruffly.
Yes.
But then it straightened out.
And the cable wants to kind of flip up, and so I will say
it all relaxed when I blocked.
Because you said you wished you had done an extra row, I kind of did an extra row.
Yeah, yours is much longer than mine.
And I kind of don't want it all the way this much longer. I'm hoping that the cable will come down.
It will relax and it'll be more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
And you were right that once I got the cable out of there,
it relaxed.
You don't see the things as much. But we did have a viewer that said that commented on the last episode, Marilyn. Thank you, Marilyn, because it was a great idea, and I can't believe I never thought of it. But she was like, do the first pickup row with this green color, and then start the red, because then it would only be the green color that would show through. And I was like, that's a great idea. And then
you're just knitting your contrast color into that row.
Right.
I actually do know that trick, and I thought about it, but my yarn, it would not have been a good idea.
Oh.
Because it was single ply and it was dark. And so for mine,
to try to pick it,
to try to see it, first of all, it was splitty.
Oh.
And if you're knitting, for me, it was nice to have the light color going in it, picking, so you can see. Because I did think about that when I saw that mine was doing that. But then I was like, there's no way I can pick up stitches with this single ply dark gray successfully.
Right.
So it's depending on your yarn type, it's a very good tip.
Right. But I was like 6 rows in.
And it worked out. It's fine.
I think it'll be fine too.
Yeah. But it's a good tip.
Yeah, very good tip. The other thing I forgot to show last time, and I love it that I can't find it. I had 2 stitch markers kind of like hanging off.
Like progress keepers?
Yes, progress keepers. Because for some reason there were 2 spots in the yarn that a couple of plies had broken. So it was only one ply. I know, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to knit with this, but I want to remember where it is, and I'm going to come back and reinforce it.
Oh, so, did you do a Stephanie Pearl McPhee?
Yes, I totally did a Stephanie Pearl McPhee. I just took a length of yarn, and I still have the No, they're woven in. Can't see them.
Wow, you really can't find it.
I really can't find them. I duplicate stitched over that, and then a couple of stitches on either side, and then wove in the ends of those stitches.
Whoa.
And you can't tell, and
you know, I still haven't fixed my shawl that I was going to fix with that method. I was like, oh my god, this is the method I need to fix my shawl.
Right.
Couldn't tell you where it is.
See, you don't need to do it.
I'm the worst. But I do love that shawl.
But it
wow, I don't see it.
Because and if I hadn't put the progress keepers there,
right.
I probably wouldn't have been able to find it until it broke and became a hole. And
which is, I'm pretty sure, what happened to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is easy. It's easy. It's a couple extra ends to weave in. But
good job.
Yeah, I was super, super happy that I did that. And I was glad that it was only 2 places because
right.
it wasn't, you know,
yeah.
It wasn't like something ate my yarn.
Right.
It just happens.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
okay, so
I will block this and
yes.
and wear it next time. I'll show y'all.
Okay. So that is, we have a knit along going for that shawl, the Italic Shawl. You and I,
yep,
we get first and second place.
Yes,
because
we do.
are done.
And we're the only ones.
We're the only 2 that have entered it. So that's fine. Which leads me into my next whip. Do you have any other whips before?
Nope, that's just
okay. So good. That'll lead us. Is that yours too?
Yes.
Okay.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
So
it's my own house and I'm not organized.
Because it was major crickets in our Italic shawl, we threw in the Birds of a Feather shawl as well. So you can do either one or both. Mm-hmm. And so I started mine. Did you start yours? Okay, so let's show them at the same time.
Because I needed dark knitting.
Yeah,
but I don't know that it's really dark knitting.
Well, I don't know that I would knit the mohair in the dark.
Right. I can't knit I have to see it.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
But the pattern itself is super easy. Oh, and are we at the same place? Did you finish section 1?
No, I have 4 more rows on section.
Oh,
no,
really?
no, I finished section 1.
Size.
That's section. Oh no, this is setup.
This is setup.
Yes, I have 4 more rows.
Really, they look the same size. No, maybe not.
It's a little short.
Okay, well, we have our little thong panties.
Yes.
Oh yeah, mine's bigger. I held it up to Mitch last night. I was like, look, and he goes, hey. I didn't have to say a word. I was like, do you really think I would wear this on my booty?
You meant for him to wear.
No. Gross.
I think that'd be a little itchy.
Yeah. For either of us. I would not subject either of us. But I just went like this. I was like, and his face, he was like, he's very easy to entertain. Right. So I'm done with section 1.
I'm almost finished with section 1.
So, then I'll go back and use this yarn, and I think you just do the same thing over and over and over.
No, well, there's a lace
at some
pattern.
point. Oh, there is lace.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can tell how much I've looked ahead.
Well,
But
I went ahead
and
marked up the pattern because it says do these 2 rows this number of times. So I just, and they're garter ridges, it's garter. So I just put how many ridges I need to have. So I don't have to count the rows. I can just count how many ridges there are.
Gotcha.
And,
yeah,
I have 8 ridges.
I haven't looked ahead at all.
Yeah, I just marked each one.
I don't like to read the end of a book before I get there. No, just lazy. This is me just last night. I did this in just one night.
I started a couple nights ago.
Well, I wanted to get those socks done. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had a sleigh.
Oh, that's
true.
So
I busted those socks out. I finished them yesterday. Finished the second one, and then started this.
I did have to rip back a little bit because.
Ooh, and the mohair.
Yes.
Ew.
I know. So there's this. You do a center decrease. Mm-hmm. I know. There's the line.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing the decrease she calls for?
Yeah, but I hate it.
I'm doing a center double decrease. Yeah.
I hate having to move the stitch marker.
You have to move the stitch marker with that one too. It doesn't matter. There's no way to get around moving the stitch marker. However,
I'm used to it now, but the first few rows I was like,
right.
You know that's why I didn't do Find Your Fade.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is stupid.
So this, I'm doing a center double decrease, not the decrease she calls for. I mean, it looks good. I want to compare to what your decrease looks like.
Well,
I
thought that was the same as a center double decrease. I can't remember. It's been a while.
No, it's a little different. Okay, so look here. I'm going to compare these 2. Okay. On mine, you can see a line of knit stitches, and that's where the decrease is. You can't see, yours is more, just looks like garter all the way across. See? See how I have a line? So,
oh yeah,
what I've done is I've taken my stitch marker out because I can see where I need to be.
Gotcha.
To do the center.
Yeah, and I feel like I eventually will. Not in the mohair though.
And then
I don't know.
But it's still not great because when I'm purling back, I got to look on this side. Am I there
before
at that one purl stitch?
That's true. Yeah, I think there's just no. I think you just have to get in the rhythm.
Right.
Just pick a method and go with it.
And as we get longer rows, we'll have to do it less frequently, and it won't be so annoying. It's
true.
really annoying
exactly.
down here.
When you're like 20 stitches, like, oh my god, I just did this. Yes, it's true.
So
it's not that bad. Like I said, it drove me crazy at first, and then But how fun is the mohair?
And
I love knitting the mohair.
Well, I will say I don't love it.
Really?
Right now, I don't love it.
It feels so good though.
It does, but I love my chalgoos, and I am not going to wood for the mohair part because I don't need wood for this part, but it feels so slippery. Like I'm going to lose.
I think I'm just used to it.
Stitches on the end.
Because like Hayas are equally as sharp and slick as chalgoos, and I don't know, it doesn't bother me. But
it's definitely not dark knitting. The mohair is not.
No.
Because you need to be able to see that you actually went into the stitch.
Right. Because I definitely was like, am I even on it?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and the reason I had to rip back a little bit was because I had tried to do this while at a lunch with a group of ladies, and I got off. I didn't. And I even had the stitch marker in at the time. So my line was off. So I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I ripped it back, and I might have messed up on the end because like when you're,
I've definitely fixed. I've definitely fixed one. I was like, add a yarn over.
Right.
At some point because I was like, I don't know where my mistake was.
Right. Because you can count the stitches on either side of the double
And
decrease.
I was short, so I just fixed it. I just fudged it.
Yeah. I've done that too. I figure what's an extra row if I...
So this is super fun. I'm enjoying it.
And it's easy to start. Like I liked the beginning.
Yeah, I did too. And I liked that you quickly get to use the second color, the second yarn.
Yeah.
I liked that.
And we'll quickly be back into this.
Yes. Like, I like a quick yarn too. I like that.
I really want to do more of this. And we should say
we're both using Suburban Stitcher yarn.
We're both using it. I have Sari Silk Mohair, and then this is Pink Grapefruit with Sparkle with Stellina.
Yes.
And what's yours?
Mine is Charlotte and Jane.
Oh,
is the mohair.
And then, are you pulling from the center for your mohair?
Yeah.
Okay, so I learned a long time ago with balls of, I don't know, something, maybe Kid Silk Cake. I pull from the outside with mohair because I found that when I pulled from the inside, I got lots of like
fuzz.
Not just fuzz, but it would get knotted on itself. I'd get lots of catches where
we'll see.
It would pull out.
It didn't. I pulled from the center with my hats that I made, and it didn't bother me. But the good thing is with this one, you're constantly breaking yarn and changing.
Right.
So I can be like, not doing that again.
Right.
Because I did wonder if I should pull from the center.
It's just that what I found is that the fibers, when they're pulling through, they grab onto each other.
It makes sense.
So
far I haven't had a problem, but I don't want to have a problem.
Right. And I will say,
I may choose next time to go from the outside.
This was the first time that I've wound mohair because I've always bought it in like the ball that you can do.
And it exploded all over you?
It didn't explode all over me. What I was really impressed by, and I don't know if this is true for all dyers or yarn companies, but when I put it on my Swift, it unfolded in a perfect flat skein so that there was no pulling, twisting.
Mine was perfect too.
It was so easy
I'm going to say it's because of Diane.
I think it is too. Or dyers that care. That take care to make it.
Obviously we're talking about Suburban Stitcher. We basically mention her every episode.
I know, right?
But this time, we're both using her yarn.
Yes.
And we're doing a joint knit along. Like she's doing this shawl as well, so you can double dip.
Yep.
In our knit along and in hers.
Yes.
And if you came over here because she told you to, hi.
I know. Welcome.
You're a good listener. Thank you. Welcome.
Right.
And that's the end of the whips.
Yes, that's the end of the whips.
I'm loving it.
I mean, I have other stuff, but I haven't touched it. So we'll talk about it next time.
I have stuff that I'm not sure I'm going to finish.
Oh, really?
My linen sweater. I think I want a t-shirt instead.
Oh. It's still going to be knitting with linen.
I don't mind the knitting with linen. I don't like the pattern.
Oh, really?
I don't have to look at the pattern and it bugs me.
Oh, yeah. Is it just you haven't gotten to the point where you're just straight knitting? Or
No, I haven't touched it. It's like this big.
But you don't even have hope that you would...
I don't think I would ever finish it because I already don't like doing it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you were so excited.
I know,
about that
because I tried it on and it
sweater.
was really pretty.
Right.
Like, tried on a sample and I loved it, but I don't think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I really want a t-shirt out of it, though.
Okay.
Like a linen shirt. I love that.
I mean, you have enough for a tunic length, don't you think?
Probably.
Would you do it that long, or?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Real open and...
I'm marinating on it.
Right.
I haven't frogged it yet, but you'll notice you haven't seen it since May. And y'all know I don't do languishing whips.
Right. And summer is the time to knit with linen. So if you haven't been knitting with it in the time, the right time of year to knit with it.
I don't like it.
Oh.
I don't mind knitting with the linen, actually. I just don't like that pattern.
I hate it. My mom's making a linen sweater, and the thing about linen, it's going to show every mistake you make.
Because it's so open.
Well, and it's it's not a soft yarn,
No.
so it's not going to
yeah.
blend with it. Like that mohair, if I'm
Oh my God.
I
Right?
missed a yarn
I was
or
like-
whatever. That fuzz is going to fill it right in.
Mhm.
But linen, it's such a crisp yarn that it doesn't let you hide any flaws. And if you get not yarn overs, but increases done wrong, then...
Yeah, and this sweater I was doing, it has these like garter ridge design, like, pearl stockinette kind of chevron in the back. I just can't.
You do seem over it.
I can't do it. So, yeah. So this is all I'm working on right now.
Right.
Trophies.
I have one trophy. It's not super exciting, but so if you have exciting trophies.
No, mine are not exciting.
Okay. I bought a book. Oh
my God, boring.
I know, right?
Just kidding. I love books.
Not a romance. No, I have been reading a lot of them. So
Ooh,
I
fun.
forget.
That may as well say, Alan, buy this.
Right? I know. So I forget, some podcasts talked about it. I listened to a couple, and she said that she had really been using this book as a reference for a lot of color work that she'd been doing. And I like to do color work. So I bought The Essential Guide to Color Knitting Techniques. And I bought it on Amazon, used for like $5.
Nice.
I love it when I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I did check my local library first, and they did not have it.
Do y'all have half-price books on this side of the Metroplex?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have a good knitting section sometimes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's, knitting and crochet and macrame.
And quilting. And, yeah.
But I've gotten some cool books. Just FYI.
Well, thank you.
But $5 on Amazon's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah. I think I paid $5 in shipping, though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So $10. But, so I get it. And I'll admit, the color palette is not really mine.
Right.
And so I looked at the copyright, and it's 10 years old.
I was about to say, it's a little dated, but...
Which is fine.
But
the techniques are still techniques.
Right.
Yes. And color theory is still color theory.
Right.
So I just got it last night, and I have barely looked at it.
That's fun.
But she said she had been using it for Fair Isle techniques.
To help, okay.
So I'm just...
And so is it to help you pick your colors, or...
I don't know. I don't really know why I got it. I think I'm gonna use it.
But what's the point of it, though? Is to like help you.
They do everything. She talks about color theory, and then she talks about how to tell if your yarns are gonna do well together.
That's what I was.
Yeah, there is some of that.
Okay,
and
cool.
then there's the different ways to do different color in your project, like stripes and Fair Isle and entrelac, and then like how to. Just flipping through now, I saw there's a way how to manage your ends. I'm like, okay.
Hello. Cool.
So
that could be really fun.
So yeah. I'm not gonna read it. You know.
Well,
it'll be more of a reference book.
Yeah. You can't just sit and read a book like that.
Right.
You'll fall asleep.
Yes. Yes. So that's my trophy.
I have one kind of knitting related and one not knitting related.
Okay.
I bought the light.
Oh, you did?
That you talked about last week.
That's awesome.
I haven't even taken it out of the box because I just got it late last night. So I was like, oh, I'll just take that with me tomorrow.
We had Amazon deliveries yesterday.
Mm-hmm. If you would like more, yes, because I did get it on Amazon and it was $14 and some change.
Nice.
So
because this is a different brand than mine.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap.
But I mean, it's fine.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I thought it was exactly the same.
Mm-mm.
I think they gave me the wrong one because I had clicked on the exact one.
It looks exact. It looks very like
yours
the base
was
is a
daylight.
different shape. Yeah, mine's daylight.
Anyway, I got the light. If you want more info, look at the last episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So my other one is a literal trophy because I couldn't not talk about one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Oh yeah.
I ran a 10K, and it's a super cheesy medal, but I still like it.
Way to go, Sally.
And y'all, so I sucked at it. Like, I was real slow, but that's okay. I think I was getting this.
Oh.
Because I was like, even in mile 2, I was like, man, and I've run 5.1 miles. Like, I should, in training.
Right.
And felt great.
In the heat, too.
Yeah.
It's not like you were running in
yeah, and so, even at mile 2, I was like, this is not easy. Like, I don't feel good. I'm not going to make it. But I don't stop. Like, I refuse to stop because a body in motion and a body at rest ain't going nowhere. And so I refused to stop, but I was real slow by the end. But I still ran every step of 6.2 miles. And 6 months ago, I couldn't even run for like a minute, literally. Like my training app would tell me, okay, now run for a minute. And I'd be like, And I remember when it bumped me up to 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And I was just, oh God, I can't do this. And now I ran for an hour and 16 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Wow.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
And so I did it on Amelia's 10th birthday, which was Saturday, August 25th. And so I ran 10K for my 10-year-old.
I love that. That's so sweet.
It was, and she was like, are you going to do a 15K on I was like, no way. But I also used to say, I can't even run a mile. So, never say never. Next year, maybe I'll be training for a half. I don't know. But I also had, I was going to look up the name because I'm terrible at names. But someone asked me, they're a newer viewer, so sorry if you've been watching since the beginning. You're going to have to put up with listening to me talk about my weight loss for a second. She wanted to know how I had, so this is going to kind of morph into Ask Us Anything.
It's all the way at the bottom.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did it put it in reverse order?
Yes. Yeah, keep going.
She's gone.
No,
here she is.
There.
Lori.
Uh-huh.
She says, Sally, great job losing weight. Just wondering how you were doing it. You look really healthy. Thank you. As I said, with a cold. So January 2017, so like a year and a half, I started Weight Watchers, and I've lost 85 pounds. I haven't lost any weight like in the last 2 months. With summer and everything, but I've maintained it, and I've lost inches. I've lost 22 inches overall, like add up all the different places since January of this year.
Oh, wow.
So probably total, I've probably lost over 50.
Wow.
Because I didn't take beginning measurements. But
and if you follow her on Instagram,
I do post pictures and stuff because
the side by side is just incredible.
And that's what was really inspirational to me. So that's why I do it, even though it's horrifying every time to post my before picture. It makes me want to die. But people posting their before pictures and their during or after pictures is what made it click for me. So I still do it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Salliewren, Salliewren. And so basically Weight Watchers is what started it. And then this year, like in March, I started running. Before that, I was doing yoga and Pilates and stuff like that. And I tried strength training, but I hurt my shoulder. And so, you just have to find what you like. And I've never liked running ever. And now, like, I don't hate it. It's weird. I guess I'm a runner. I never would have thought I would say that. I never would have thought I would say that about myself. But, I mean, yeah. I'm got, like, losing toenails and, like...
They look pretty bad.
It's brutal. It's not a good look. And I'm still wearing flip-flops. I have no shame. But, it's really weird. I've become this person that people, like, ask for advice, and it weirds me out. And people saying that I'm an inspiration.
I say that all the time.
I will never get used to that.
Yeah.
I will never get used to that ever. It weirds me out every time. I'm like, what? Shut up. Hold up. Because I was so heavy for so long. And I'm not done. I've got another like 60 to 65 I'd like to lose. So, but I can definitely say Weight Watchers is what really, really changed my just whole thing. So that's my trophies and my wool gathering and my AMA.
Right, ask us anything. Let's see. So we Be Freebie?
Yes.
Okay. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
Because I did get it ready.
Sorry, I'm so sniffly.
Okay, so y'all, it is August 30th.
Oh.
Not even September. Like, August is still summer, right? Right, okay.
I'm so ready for fall.
Well, all the fall stuff is out. Christmas stuff is out.
All the pumpkin flavored things.
All the all the yarn companies have sold their advent calendars. Yep. And there's blogs that are saying how to plan your Christmas knitting. So, right? Right.
Stop.
And I don't even really do Christmas knitting.
I don't either.
But all this Christmas stuff. So I'm like, trying to think of what theme to do my freebie, We Be Freebie. I'm like, I guess I'll jump on that bandwagon and do really good Christmas gifts.
If you're really nice.
Right. If you're really nice, knit these for people. But I decide at the last minute to knit something.
That's pretty
for
much
somebody.
what or I'll like, that thing that I knit that I don't know what I'm going to do with, I'm going to make that a Christmas present.
Right. So these are all Aran weight or bigger. So Aran bulky, super bulky.
That is my go-to for Christmas presents, I will admit.
They're not getting a fingering weight sock head.
Unless I just made it for myself and didn't like it.
True.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
But I love everything.
Whoopsies.
Okay, so the first one is called fingerless mitts, called Snow Deer mitts.
Those are cute.
And they're done with bulky.
Those are just classic. Like those just look like something someone could knit. They knit that 50 years ago.
Right.
I love that. That looks like a vintage pattern.
Yeah, and because that snowflake motif is very
I love that.
Classic. So, and then this is a scarf, and I don't normally do scarves because back and forth, long, boring. Even though I just kind of did one with the mystery knit along.
That's the only way I can do a long object like that is with a lot of changes and textures and stuff.
But this is out of super bulky.
Whoa.
And it uses intarsia.
I love that edge.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then it has.
That's pretty.
It has fringe on the
I really
end.
like the colors.
there.
That they chose.
Me too.
Oh, I love fringe.
Right? So I could do this. I mean, it's super bulky, so it's going to go fast. There's probably like 6 stitches on the needle. Okay, it's a little more than that.
Like 16, maybe, but it's not a lot. Yeah.
Right.
I
so
like
you're going to whip through that.
That's real classy looking too.
I agree. And the company that puts this out, it's a yarn company or a store. It's called Espace Tricot.
Oh, yeah.
And they put out quite a few free patterns.
I think they have a podcast.
Oh, do they?
That I've been meaning to check out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I could be making that up.
Because I pretty much like all their patterns that they come out with. It's like I used to love Pearl Soho's patterns. Mm-hmm. Not so much anymore. They're all so basic that like it doesn't even look like it looks store-bought. Like anybody can make this. It's kind of boring. So I haven't really paid attention to Pearl Soho anymore, but Espace Tricot, I like almost all of theirs that come out.
I need to follow them.
Okay, next hat is another cable. It's
cute.
Tilda hat, and she shows the picture. It's free. Oh, and there's free mittens.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There's free Tilda mittens.
Cute.
Oh, now that is an adorable set.
Yeah.
That is.
Look
really
at that
cute.
perfect pom pom.
I know, right?
Tell me your secrets, lady. I've never made a yarn pom pom that symmetrical ever.
Right. Photoshop.
I like to think she's just that good.
I know. So that's a really good one.
Cute.
And that's with bulky. I mean, I don't normally buy bulky when
I don't either, but I will buy it specifically
for a project. But like when I'm out shopping, just Fiber Fest, bulky isn't, because I never know how much to get.
No, I have to have a project.
Right.
Yeah. That's cute though. That set is really cute.
Yeah.
That's why that pom pom looks like that, because it's bulky.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because think about our tundra pom poms.
Uh-huh.
They look
It is
pretty.
easier with bulky. It fills it out.
Right. Yeah, because once you cut it, then those fibers go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Clarita Cowl, and it is with super bulky.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a cable, like it uses different textures. Like it's knit in the round, and it uses different textures as you go around your row.
Cute.
So like there's some cable, there's some seed stitch, there's a couple other textures that I don't know what they are off the top of my head. So that's
Cute.
why there's patterns.
I like the pictures.
And then the last one is Getting Warmer, and it's like a cowl.
Oh, like one of those that you can pull down.
Mm-hmm. It's not a capelet because it still scrunches up here, but it just comes down a little further. And it looks like it's reverse stockinette and then ribbing. Like I don't think that's garter. Maybe that's garter.
If you fold it down, it'll show the stockinette.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Does she do that? She doesn't
she
do
does
that.
not.
Oh, but no, it's garter.
It is garter.
Yeah, it is garter.
It's dark. It's real dark yarn.
Right. And it's a simple knit.
Yeah.
It's not complicated.
It looks so cozy, right?
It does. And I love how it falls here with the ribbing on your chest. So
cute.
So that's Getting Warmer. And that's what I have for Be Freebie.
I like it.
If anybody wants to suggest a theme for Be Freebie, I'm open to suggestions. Otherwise, it might become like, okay, here are the random 6 I picked out.
These are all red.
Right. Oh, yeah. See,
you have done that, though. You did it with blue.
I tried with blue, but
Ocean.
there wasn't.
Yeah. I think that's it.
I know. I think so, too.
Yeah, it's a lighter week, but that's okay.
Yeah. We'll have a month next time.
We might take a month off. Sorry. We'll see what happens.
Darn work.
I know. It happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. This was fun.
I know.
I love hanging out with you, and I'm
too.
So excited about I want to try it on.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I need to find an outfit.
Just the style you want. Yeah.
But this is what I had.
Again, welcome to the new people who came over from Suburban Stitcher. We're happy that you're here, and hopefully we entertained you, and feel free to ask us anything. We have a thread on Ravelry, or you can just put it in the comments below. Follow us on all the social medias.
Oh, I forgot. I think we found a place for Camp Woolslayers.
Possibly
found a place for Camp Woolslayers. We're excited.
Yeah.
Don't think they have a pool though, Diane.
Yeah. Is this where I call her out?
No. Marco Polo her.
Diane, I'm going to send you a message in a minute.
So anyway, Camp Woolslayers.
So Camp
next year.
Woolslayers, May.
It might be April.
Details to follow.
Right.
April, May.
April or May next year.
You know, start saving your pennies because
Yeah.
it's going to be a good time.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's it.
don't
Okay.
forget to slay.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Okay, it's recording.
All right.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're Sal and Elle.
The Woolslayers. Nope.
Nope. Sorry.
But I
know
always-
you went with it. You've got my back.
Isn't that the first rule of TV?
You're my ride or die.
Yeah, like,
Yes,
just
and.
go with it.
Yes, and. Yes, and. You yes-anded me.
Yep. And we always get the giggles right before we have to
It's
start.
the worst. It's so awkward to start it.
Okay.
Okay.